My name is Lindy, and I am keto. This is my before picture. I was close to 260 pounds, tired all of the time. I found myself, I am quite social, but I found myself pulling away from going to social events. I was so uncomfortable in my own skin. I wanted so desperately to lose weight, but nothing was working. And I got to the point where I was even researching surgical options, and it was really stinky. My tipping point, though, it took a while to get there, but in late May of 2017, our San Antonio Fire Department family, I'm a wife of a fireman, and we suffered a great loss. We lost Scott Deem in a fire. We've recently lost another fireman. So I would ask that everyone keep the fire department family and the Garza family in your prayers. With the loss of Scott, that was the first really big wake-up call for me that at any moment I could lose my husband to this profession that he so passionately loves. I knew that if that were to be me, if I were to lose my husband, in my current state, I wouldn't be able to be the mother that I would need to stand up and be for my children. And I knew I owed it to myself and to my family to live life to the fullest. For a while, I did it for Deem. After Scott's funeral, we left and we went to my nephew, that's him in the middle, isn't he so handsome? We went to go see his graduation, and all the pictures start coming up the next few days. And this was one of the ones that went up. My sister-in-law posted it. It's a moment you should be so happy about, but that just crushed me, seeing that picture. So, it was time. For the next few weeks, I dove in and I'd researched and asked questions, and then I found keto. So enter the ketogenic way of eating in late July of 2017. At first, when I started making the changes, I endured some funny looks and those shrugs of dismissal and those side comments from others. Just kept my head down. And with the loving support from day one of my husband, I just took it one choice at a time, and I learned as I went. There's a lot to learn, right? I started to join a few keto Facebook groups, including Keto San Antonio, but that just gave me that I'm not just in of one, I'm in of many. There are many individuals out here that were experiencing wonderful results, and I was able to not feel alone, as the only one not eating the bread at the table or just having the salsa and not the chips, right? But by Christmas, I had lost 60 pounds, and those side comments and those shrugs had turned into okay, well, what are you doing? Tell me a little bit more about this. Over the next year, I lost a bit more than 90 pounds, and those non-scale victories started to add up. When that regular towel finally fits around you, weighing less than my husband, comfortably wearing a bathing suit in public on vacation, and then I actually, went parasailing. I never would have thought I would have done that before. I felt like finally I was living life and living it to the fullest for the first time. I fell in love with learning all that I could about keto and nutrition. I love podcasts, I love reading books and attending conferences. I'm the geeky, sciencey one that loves to dig in and give me all that research. It just makes me so happy. It's so exciting. I began amping up my workouts and challenging myself more physically. And this was me climbing, and there's my husband's foot right there, climbing the Manitou Springs incline, and did that fully fasted. And of course keto for quite a while at that point. I enjoy working out now. I love running, rowing, yoga, weight training, and hiking. But I started by simply walking as an adjunct to my keto lifestyle. Don't you just love this? This is my life on a t-shirt right here. I also have been following what I call a meat-heavy and a protein-forward keto. When I first started, it was kind of a little against the grain. Everyone was just high fat, and that moderate protein thing kind of got lost. I found that I was losing a lot of hair, but by amping up my protein intake and pushing protein first, it allowed me better success. And I do cycles of full carnivore, and that really helps me feel my absolute best. And when lost, when in doubt, I ask myself, what would Allie eat? And I find my answer. I have now lost over 103 pounds. And then, of course, you tell your story, you get the wows, but then, I could never do keto, it's so restrictive. Bless your heart, right? And there's my face, right? The face you make when somebody says it's too restrictive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this woman was restricted. The standard American diet was taking my life away. Eating sugar, grains, vegetables, and processed seed oils while avoiding red meat, cholesterol, and oh my goodness, saturated fat restricted me to the version that you see right there. This woman, mother, teacher, and wife, was restricted by the standard American diet and by following that food pyramid. Restricted by a life filled with obesity, ADD, and the lack of ability to focus, anxiety, chronic inflammation, allergies, painful and irregular periods, and this paralyzing fear of these metabolic diseases that run in my family. Cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and heart disease. Keto has freed me. At 41 years old, I feel better than I did in my 20s and maybe even in my teens. A few tips from me to you: just figure out what works for you through self-experimentation. Be okay, it's a process, it'll take time, and you'll find your niche. Take pictures and measurements, celebrate those victories no matter how small. Give yourself love and grace. You didn't gain all of your weight and your health issues overnight, and you won't lose them overnight. And take it one choice at a time, because it will all add up, and enjoy your journey. And I thank you for letting me share with you today.